moment of a couple. Now, a couple is defined as two parallel forces with the same magnitude but opposite in direction. For example, look at this. What you are seeing here is a couple. This is a couple. This is F1. Here is F2. And here from this point to this point is the distance. Alright, so this is your distance D. Okay. Now, what you see here is a couple. Now, it has the same magnitude, but as you can see, opposite in direction. So, we are saying that F1 and F2 are the same. So, F1 is equal to F2. A couple is two forces that tends to have the same magnitude, but they are opposite in direction. You can look at it in a car steering. When driving a car, you are doing what? You are moving the car with the same force on both ends, but in opposite what? Direction. So here is a couple. Now, a couple has the same units as moment. So a couple is measured in Newton meters. So a couple has the same units as moments. Now, I want us to note two important facts about a couple. Number one, a couple is treated as a single moment. All right, despite we have two forces, as you can see, they are the same. So we treat a couple as a single moment. Number one. Number two is that, Number two is that a couple is, or I can say that we do not multiply a couple by a distance. So we do not multiply a couple by a distance. So the way we solve for moments of a force is the same way that we solve for moment of a couple. And please, I want us to note these two pointers. Number one is that a couple is treated as a single moment. So despite we have two forces, when we are solving for couples, we use them as a single moment. And also, we do not multiply a couple by a distance. Very, very important. Now, let's look at a question. It says, determine the end reactions of the simply supported beam. Now, the end reactions are RA and RB. They are the end reactions. Now, as you can see from this question, we have a couple acting on the beam. Now, please remember the concept of couple, and also we use the same conditions that we use to solve moment of a force to solve moment of a couple. Now, to find the end reactions RA and RB, I can take a moment of either side. To find the end reaction at A, I can take the moment at B. To find the end reaction at B, I can take the moment at A. So let me find the end reaction at A. So I can take my moment now at B. Taking moment at B, so I can write it out. Taking moment at B. That means that my RB is 0. Okay. Now what next? I have to identify my clockwise and anti-clockwise moment. Now if my moment is at B, that means that my couple will move towards my B. Remember that the couple is seen as a single moment. My RA will move towards my what? RB. So for this question, my RA is anti-clockwise. My couple is also clockwise. Sorry, is anti-clockwise. So for this question, as you can see right here, there is no clockwise moment. So I can come right here, clockwise moment equal to anti-clockwise moment. Now guys, for this question, as you can see, we have no force acting clockwise. So it is 0 equal to my anti-clockwise. I have my RA. From RA to my couple, from RA to my moment is 2.5 plus 2.5, which is 5. Plus my couple is moving anti-clockwise, so it is 5. Please remember, we do not multiply a couple by distance. A couple is treated as a moment. So we do not multiply a couple by distance. So the couple is written just the way it is. So what next? I have 0 equal to RA times 5 is 5 RA plus 5. What next? To get my RA, I have to move my plus 5 to the side. It becomes minus 5. So we have minus 5 equal to 5 RA. Now what next? I divide both sides by 5. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. So 5 cancel, minus 5 becomes minus 1. Then 5 cancel 5. So we have minus 1 equal to RA. Or I can say my RA is equal to minus 1 kilonewton. That is my RA. Now, to get my RB, I will take my moments at RA. So I can wipe this off. Okay? To get my RB, I will take my moment at RA. So taking moment at RA. Taking moment at RA, which means that our A is 0. So if my RA is my moment, it means that my RB will move towards my RA, my couple will move towards my RA. So you can notice that from this diagram, my RB is moving anti-clockwise, while my couple is moving clockwise. Alright, so the next step is clockwise moment equal to anti-clockwise moment. Alright, so from this diagram, my clockwise moment is the couple, which is 5. Remember, we don't multiply couple by distance, so it's just 5 equal to, for my anti-clockwise is RB times the distance from RB to my moment, which is 2.5 plus 2.5, that is 5. Okay, what next? I can divide both sides by 5 to get my RB. So divide by 5, divide by 5. So 5 cancel 5. 5 here is here, it becomes 1. So we have 1 equal to RB. I can say my RB is equal to 1 kilonewton. So the end reactions are -1 kilonewton and +1 kilonewton. That is my final answer. Now we are asked to determine the end reactions acting on the beam. This is our reaction RA and RB. Now to get my RA, I will take my moment at B. To get my RB, I can take my moment at A. So let me look for RB, so I can take my moment at RA. So if RA is my moment, I will write it down, taking moment at RA. That means that RA is 0. Okay, what next? I will identify my clockwise and anti-clockwise moment. So for my RB will move towards the RA. I have a force coming down, which is 8. 8 will move towards my RA. My couple will move towards my RA. Alright, so from this you can see that my RB is moving anti-clockwise. My couple is moving anti-clockwise, while my 8 is moving clockwise. Okay, now I can now go on to my second step, which is clockwise moments is equal to anti-clockwise moments. Alright, now from this question, or from my moments, my clockwise moment is 8, just 8, and 8 is, from 8 to my moment is 2, so it is 8 times 2, 8 times 2. Okay, for my anti-clockwise, I have my RB times, for my RB to my moment is 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is 6. Okay, plus my couple is moving anti-clockwise, is just 10. Remember, we don't multiply couple by distance, so it's 10. Alright, 8 times 2 is 16, equal to RB times 6 is 6 RB plus 10. What next? We can collect like terms. So my plus 10 will move to my left. It becomes negative. So we have 16 minus 10 equal to 6 RB. Now, what is 16 minus 10? That is 6. 6 equal to 6 RB. What next? I can divide both sides by 6. Becomes divide by 6. Divide by 6. 6 cancel 6. We have 1. 6 cancel 6. We have 1. So we have 1 equal to RB. Or we can say RB is equal to 1 kilonewton. So that is my RB. So my RB is 1 kilonewton. To get my RA, I can use either the first condition or the second condition. It's a choice. You get the same answer. So I can say to get my RA, I can use the first condition, which is sum of the upward forces equal to the sum of the downward forces. You can use this condition, or you can use clockwise moments equal to anti-clockwise moments. At the end of the day, we get the same answer. So my upward force in this case is RA and RB. So I can say RA plus RB equal to, my downward force is 8 Newton. 8 Newton is my downward force. As you can see, a couple is not a downward force. So my only downward force here is 8 Newton. 8 kilonewton is 8 kilonewton. Alright? So I have just one downward force on the beam. So what next? I log in the values. My RA is RA plus my RB is 1. So 1 equal to 8. What next? To get my RA, I will transpose my plus 1 will move over to my right to become negative 1. So we now have RA equal to 8 minus 1. So my RA is 7 kilonewton. So the end reactions are RB 1 kilonewton and RA 7 kilonewton. That is my final answer.